Back again. In the house again. Over here at Casa de Warren, RomeBros. About to put some philosophy up your nose.
Up their nose?
Yeah, I can smell it. I'm looking at my phone like that's where the Lego directions are.
I mean, think about it. That is where they're at.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. It's officially getting real in the house. We are whipping out.
Oh, I'm about to put the tires on.
No.
Oh.
The windshield.
Those look like tires.
Well, you're not looking close enough because they're the windshield.
Oh. Well, no, I was looking at the big rubber circles.
I guess there are tires.
Yeah, man.
It's windshield time, folks. Yeah. We're back.
Yeah.
We're talking. We got topics.
Yeah, you got a bunch in here. There's a few random thoughts from me in here, but I guess we could kind of skim through those really quick. I guess I was just mad about rage quitting and fighting games, but we've done the fighting games. We can kind of save that for another day. We touched on cereal, man, because that's one of the few foods that you do enjoy. So I'm curious, what's the best cereal? Oh, we got working headlights, folks.
I think this actually isn't the headlights. I think this is
Maybe the brakes?
No, the flux capacitor.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool though. So, like, you think there's a battery in there? Or?
Yeah, I just pulled out the thing. There was a thing right in here that makes it so that it can't go off in transport, and then as soon as you pull this out, when you push this in, it completes the circuit, and there's like a tiny ass battery somewhere in there. Oh, there it is.
So at some point in your life, you're gonna have to change that.
Yeah, you just don't ever use it.
Ah, well, yeah, there you go. Except for when you're like...
No, I don't think you can change these very easily. If you can, then they don't really give you instructions.
Huh.
But yeah, they're not really meant to be changed.
Well.
Anyways, what were you saying?
Yeah, what's the best cereal, man?
Oh, man. I mean, I feel like people are going to hate me for this, but like, I think I just got to say Cheerios, man. Like, you just can't go wrong with Cheerios. Like, they work for everything.
Come on, man.
Well, I said I know people are going to hate me for it, but...
I don't hate you for it. I mean, it's very on theme. That's a very Marcel answer, you know? It's very...
It just, you know, the milk really brings out its flavor, you know?
What fucking flavor?
The flavor of milk! It just tastes like milk, man. It's great.
So you're not even talking Honey Nut Cheerios here. You're just talking right out the box, plain Jane, heart healthy Cheerios.
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't add a little sugar?
No. That's what the milk is for.
Fucking psychopath.
Well, look, I did the same thing with the Rice Krispies. The Rice Krispies, I think if they didn't get soggy so fast, I think that might be better.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Like, that's just a bowl of
But like, I will say, I have not had it. I can't find it anymore. I don't know where the frick it's at. When I was growing up, my dad would get, it was probably from it wasn't Trader Joe's, it was probably from like Whole Foods or something. He would get just oat bran flakes, and you're gonna call me fucking crazy again.
Wait, oat bran flakes?
Oat bran flakes. And I don't know what it was about those particular oat bran flakes, but they were fucking legendary, man. I don't know what was on them or what, but they were so good. And I've tried buying oat bran flakes now as an adult, and they all taste like ass. Like complete garbage. Like, you think Cheerios are bland? Try oat bran flakes, loser.
I've never even heard of that.
Good.
That sounds like something like you would feed to somebody on hospice. Or like...
It tastes like it too, brother. Let me tell you.
Oat bran flakes. Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah. It's just, I mean... It's just oat bran and flakes. I think it's like whatever the ones that I had growing up had like... They were like frosted or something. Because the ones that I get from the store... Oh, God, it's so bad.
So now, was that your dad's go-to cereal?
I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah. It might be, because, like, I particularly don't really care for Raisin Bran, but, like, if you're in a situation where, like, you just need a snack, and that's like someone else's snack, because like that was one of my mom's like snacks that she would get that she knew that I wouldn't just eat in a day or two, you know, that she could just have on hand. But then, like, you know, it's 11 o'clock at night and the whole house is asleep, and
you need a snack.
Yeah, and you know that like you're not supposed to have it. That Raisin Bran will hit a little bit different. You know what I mean? So like, I was wondering if maybe it was just like a, you know, like, oh, this is my dad's snack, and I'm just.
Well, that's what oat bran flakes are. It's just the Raisin Bran without the raisins. So.
Come on. Now, I think those do have a bit of frosting on them, but yeah, that's just like that. You might as well eat the fucking cereal box, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Bran.
I'm telling you, the ones that I had as a kid, man, they were built diff. They were some special oat bran, okay? Because I'm not a psycho who likes oat bran, okay?
Oh man, okay.
I just like those particular ones growing up. There was something about them. I don't know what it was, but they were legendary.
God damn, dude. Man, like Raisin Bran without the raisins.
Yeah. I mean, the raisins are the worst part. Would you just put raisins in milk? I mean, that's just disgusting.
I mean, yeah, now that is a fucking horrifying thought to, like, just like somebody drinking a cup of milk with raisins in the bottom of it. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, that would
but
be
you do it
sick.
if there's freaking oat bran, which is also trashed here. Like, who made Raisin Bran, dude? Who was like, you know what we should do? Take 3 things that don't mix. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, I never see it coming. That's probably which, you know, a lot of my my thoughts come back to Mitch Hedberg, but he joked that the Pringles initially wanted to be a company that sold tennis balls, but on the day that their tennis ball shipment was supposed to come, it was a truck full of potatoes. And he was like, the CEO was probably just like, fuck it, cut them up, you know? So it's like, maybe the people that had Raisin Bran just had, like, leftovers from, like, other cereals that they were making. They're like, you know what, fuck it, we're just going to throw them together, you know, and see what happens here.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it was. People were probably like, look, because, like, obviously oat bran cereal is a thing, probably from, like, way back in the day when people, you know, were just eating to get food and not eating because it tasted good.
Right.
And then they were like, what's wrong with oat bran? It's not sweet. It's got no flavor. What has flavor and is sweet and is readily available? Raisins.
Raisins, yeah. Nobody's eating all these fucking raisins.
So I'm sure that's kind of where it came from, but yeah, still fucking. What is this? These are clear. Here they
just
are.
like.
Sorry.
And that's kind of how I feel about trail mix too, though. Like.
Oh fuck trail mix.
Well, I feel like that for some reason we have this big surplus of pretzels that they need to get rid of. You know what I mean? Because, like, how do pretzels keep showing up in everything, dude? Like, why is that?
They're easy and cheap to make.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do they just have, like, that's the shittiest part of every trail mix, though.
Really? You think that's shittier than the raisins?
Oh, yeah, sometimes raisins do end up in trail mix, don't they?
Yeah, or, like, cranberries, bro.
Fucking dried cranberries? I don't know. I think I would take a dried cranberry over a fucking pretzel. Unless I was drinking, you know, but what do we got going on here?
What do you think that is?
Oh, some kind of antenna?
Does it look like a dildo to you?
Oh, well. Oh, is it the gear shift?
Yeah, it is the gear shift.
Fucking... I mean, I guess it did kind of look like a dildo, too.
Hell yeah.
They say my mind's in the gutter.
I mean, I'm surprised it didn't.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
That wasn't the first thing on your mind. What's going on?
I'm trying to turn my life around.
Are you participating in the No Nut November?
Fuck no, dude.
You gotta try it, man. I'm telling you.
Now, you do hear about all these guys that
those guys are crazy.
That talk about sperm retention and how like it's supposed to help rein in your power and like people are more drawn to you. And
you know what else you hear from people?
What's that?
The Earth is flat.
True.
So
true indeed.
You know, some people are just crazy. No, I don't think any of that sperm reduction bullshit is real in the slightest.
Yeah.
But I do think that just like 1 month, just like Just as like a little celebration, you know? Because that, dude, let me tell you, December 1st, man. How?
Well, yeah, I'm sure that, but then, like, that's not painful, though?
What? On December 1st? No.
Well, okay, but then, okay, we're two different guys, though, too. Because, like, if I go a whole month without release, there's going to be, like, a bunch of days where, like, I'm just, like, full on, like, you know, without being too graphic here, but, like, you know, bricked up, as the kids are saying. So, like, but, like, yeah, if you go a bunch of moments being like that, and then when you finally do release, that hurts, dude. Like, bad. No?
No, not any more than it usually does.
What do you mean, usually?
I mean, what do I have to explain myself?
Well, I mean, mine usually aren't painful.
But then if you just don't go for a while, then it's painful?
Yeah, because you get backed up, man.
Nah. I think you're crazy. Gotta try it, man.
That sounds horrible.
Or you can do the one nut November. You go on the 16th, and then on the 1st of December. You're only going like 2 weeks.
I can't sleep at night with a full clip.
Yes, you can, man.
Like, it just doesn't.
You gotta believe in yourself. You can do it. You can do it.
There is sleeping at night with baby powder on the brain, man. That just does not work out for me.
You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it.
Too many intrusive thoughts, as the kids are saying.
That's what you gotta go to block them out. You know, powering up that self-control.
Yeah, I ain't never had much of that.
Yeah, well, what's a better way to learn? Train yourself for it.
But to what end, though? Like, what do you get out of that?
December 1st?
Depriving yourself.
There's just like a sense of accomplishment that you can do it. That you're not bound to the you know, shackles of your own body. You know,
Yeah.
power above it.
I mean, I guess that's one way of looking at it, but I don't know, bro. Like, I just don't know. You know.
You gotta. I'm saying, just try the one nut. The one nut November.
One nut.
But that's it's only two.
How far
It's just
into
two
November?
sets.
How far into November are we? Like, there's not many days left in November.
There's
right?
1 week left. Yeah.
So I mean, I could do it like 1 week. No.
I mean, you could if you wanted to. I feel like 1 week's too easy though.
Too easy. That would be the longest fucking week of my life.
Really? Nah, dude. The first like 10 days are easy. Man.
I can't function.
After 2 weeks is when it's like.
There's too many distractions in the world. Like, I wouldn't be able to accomplish anything, man. Like,
Yeah, you just gotta. That's what it's about, man. That's what I'm saying. It's not. No one said it's gonna be easy. All right, but it's about going out there and doing it.
I don't see what
the challenge,
the payoff would be. To be like, okay, yeah, I tortured myself for a week. Now I cannot torture myself this week. But
yeah,
I
but it's
could've
better.
Just had 2 weeks of no torture. You know
better,
what I mean?
dude. It's better, and you feel accomplished, man. Like, have you ever done like a hard challenge in a video game? You know, you ever grinded the highest rank? You know, you ever played a character that you didn't like? You know, it's for the challenge of it, man. Say that you did it.
I play video games to have fun.
You've never done a challenge though, like, and you felt a sense of accomplishment when you completed the challenge.
I mean, yeah, there are certain, like, I mean, beating Ninja Gaiden was fucking a nightmare, you know, but, like, I'm not one of those guys on Elden Ring, like, I'll play the game, like, without upgrading my character, or I don't put restrictions on the joy that I'm trying to have. Like, I just fucking indulge, you know? That's what brings me joy. It's like fucking, you know, being the gluttonous pig that I am. You know?
Oh, man. I feel like when you learn to control it, you know, then like when you do indulge it just makes it that much better.
But see, when I deprive myself, like if I go a week with no soda, then that next week where I do have soda, I drink like to make up for the week that I didn't have. Like, I don't, like, again, I know that's a matter of self-control, but like if I deprive myself of something, when I do finally give in and have it, then I binge, you know what I mean? And like eat myself sick on it. Like, I'm fucking...
Well, yeah, I mean, you definitely do that a little bit for No Nut November for sure. But like, you just don't go like too overboard with it, you know.
That's the only way.
And that is part of the self-control thing too. It's like, you know, you're not gonna give in to doing that. You know?
It's just so much easier to function. You know, once
I don't find it too bad. Like, when I'm just, like, laying there in bed, trying to go to sleep, and I got nothing else to think about, then it's definitely tough.
Yeah, man.
But when you're just, like, at work doing your job, and, like, you have other stuff to think about other than,
Nah, dude.
you know?
All it takes is just one random thought, and then now you're sitting there, like...
Yeah, but then you just, like, you control yourself. You say, okay, we're not going to think about that at work, and we're going to move on.
That works sometimes. You know, like, especially if something happens and you gotta stand up, you know? But in most instances, man, that just is like... You know, now you got, like, a situation on your hands, you know what I mean? Now you're just like, oh, fuck, I hope I don't have to stand up for the next 10 minutes, or... You know, in which these are problems that you usually see on TV shows of, like, middle school kids having. So, like, I don't know if I was just blessed or cursed, depending on who you ask, with, like, a higher libido than most. You know what I mean? I feel like I started puberty at 13 and it just, like, never stopped. You know what I mean? Like, shit is fucking... Like, nobody told my body, like, hey, man, you know, you already grew all the hair you need, and, you know, you can, you know, stop. You can chill now, you know. Just fucking,
What the hell's going on here?
Goddamn.
No, I mean, I'd say give it a shot, man. Just give it a week or two. Maybe not a whole month. Because, I mean, for sure, the first couple times I did it, I didn't last the whole month, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You know, then you get in the groove, you find out what works for you, and then you're no longer a victim to horniness.
Slave.
Yeah, and then you can just apply it, you know, other months. Like if you are getting horny at work, you know the tactics to control yourself. You don't have to worry about it.
It's everywhere I go, man. Like, and this is definitely TMI territory here, but, like, I've been at funerals where I've had to, like, you know, readjust how I was sitting, or, like, put my hands in my lap. Or,
Yeah, I think we've all had that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's TMI. I think it's just like... I think just about every dude's been there. Just doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, okay. I didn't know funeral boners was a common thing, but I'm glad I'm not.
I mean, it's not like every funeral I go to I get a boner or anything, man. But, like, you know, you'll be sitting somewhere where you're supposed to be polite and respectful, and, like, you know, you're not really thinking about it because, like, you don't really care about this person who died. Like, let's be honest. You know, they're like your third removed cousin. You know, it's like, so you're just thinking about other stuff, and your mind goes there, and then you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
We've gone there.
Damn it.
I mean, yeah, if it was like your brother's funeral, then yeah, maybe that's a little fucking weird, but, you know, I think if it's like a funeral of the person you see like twice a year, like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
You got other things to think about.
Yeah, I don't know how we ended up here from cereal. But...
Oh, no, I just brought up No Nut November.
Yeah, that's how
we were done with the cereal talk,
yeah.
and then I just talked No Nut November.
Fucking No Nut November, man. Oh my gosh.
It's a good time, man.
What a horrible concept.
What do you mean, man? It's a good freaking time.
You should call it the month of torture.
It's not that bad, man. It is not that bad. And again, it's like, because usually what ends up happening, honestly, is you end up just having a wet dream, so then you're not even, like, shocked up the whole freaking month, you know? You get, like, a brief reprieve at some point when that happens.
I don't think I've had a wet dream. Like, maybe ever?
Yeah, because probably you don't let yourself build up.
That's really, like, I mean, yeah, maybe, like, when I, you know, first went through puberty, like, maybe, but yeah, dude, like, that doesn't...
Yeah, it usually only happens to me when I'm going on No Nut November. I think I have had a couple outside of No Nut November, but usually it's just No Nut November. What's going on here?
I couldn't imagine, man.
What, having a wet dream?
Yeah, like, waking up to, like, a mess?
It's not even that bad, bro. Like, I literally had one earlier this month, obviously, because it was in November. And, bro, like, there wasn't. I don't know if it just dried up real fast or something, but when I woke up, bro, there was nothing, no wetness anywhere. I was very confused. Usually there is some, but I was like, okay, whatever. What the hell is going on here? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Oh yeah, that looks right. Okay, well yeah, I'm seeing it now. But it's not. They're not usually like. I don't know. It doesn't feel like since you're sleeping. It doesn't feel like your body's like releasing as much as it could. So it's not usually that bad. And it dries up too, man.
But I mean, is it usually from? And see too, like any kind of like cool sex dream like that I end up having. Like I wake up before it's over. And then you try to like hurry up and go back to sleep and hope that you wind up in that same.
How do you end up waking up, man?
I don't know. Like my brain just doesn't want me to be happy. I don't know.
It's so fucked up, man. I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Nah, dude. I don't think I've ever. Yeah, man. It's a good time. Good time. What the hell's going on here? 2 of what? Do I need to put stickers on? Oh, frick, dude. I was not reading the instructions. I got ahead of myself. I pulled a Darius.
Fair enough.
Oh, no. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right, what's next on the docket here? I think we've talked about No November enough for all of our female viewers out there. Yeah.
Best potato chips.
I mean, everyone's gonna hate me again. Just your basic, plain Jane, Lay's classics, man.
Have you ever had Munchos?
I have not.
They're plain potato chips, but like they're a lot saltier than Lay's, but they're a lot more consistent than Lay's as well. There's not like I mean, granted, yeah, there's crumbs in every bag of chips, but like I feel like you get more bang for your buck, and they're a lot cheaper. Usually my drunk go-to.
Well, I do like cheap.
Yeah.
You know me.
But yeah, if you're ever in a gas station for whatever reason, just look for a bright red bag, and they're called Munchos. But yeah, they are super salty if you're not prepared for that. But yeah, that's my
more salty than Lay's?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Super salty.
I think I gotta try them. Where do you find them at?
Usually at a gas station.
There's no way they're cheaper, bro.
Like you could get usually in most gas stations the giant bag's like $2.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna stop at a gas station on our way.
All
Taking you back.
But see, if you hate them though, I'm gonna feel bad.
Then you can just eat them. I'll just try them in the car, and then if I hate them, you can have them. I like potato chips though, man, and I do like. I'm a big fan of salt, so.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Then yeah, you're gonna be in hog heaven then with a fucking bag of Munchos. I'm telling you, them shits are salty. They're good though. I really fuck with those. You ever had? You a fan of kettle cooked chips?
Not a huge fan. I have tried those ones.
Yeah.
I mean, they're okay. It's not like I'm going to say no to them. You know, like if I'm at a freaking barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm sure as hell I ain't eating anything else at the barbecue. You know, so I'll definitely grab some kettle chips. The kettle barbecue pretty good. I do like barbecue flavor is one of the few flavoring on chips that I can go for. Most other flavoring on chips, I'm just like I can't handle it. I'm trying to think. Like, what are your classic flavors on chips? You got cheese.
Which I'm not big on cheese.
I'll
flavors.
do Cheetos, but I'm not doing.
Yeah, like cheesy potato chips though. Like
Yeah,
that gets a bit painful. Sour cream and onion. I could fuck up some sour cream and onion. Sour cream and onion.
Some of those ones I can do. Like I don't know which ones, but like sometimes I've had sour cream and onion. I'm like, this isn't too bad. But like, I'm still just gonna prefer your plain Janes.
Now, do you prefer a Lay's over a ruffled potato chip?
I like. I think I'd have to say I prefer a ruffle.
Yeah. No.
Just
Okay. Yeah.
it's a
Same.
bit better.
Yeah. Like I dig a ridge.
But it's not like, you know.
That's my jam.
I'm not. It's not a deal breaker. You know.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah, I definitely prefer the ruffle though. I am fucking up. It sucks,
Man.
man. Yeah, because
You're almost there.
I was doing so good.
I believe in you, man. Look at you. Only got like freaking.
Yeah, not very much.
This looks like only 3 more pieces.
Yeah, that's what I don't know what happened, but like.
Oh no, you're missing piece. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
here's the impasse.
Oh
Here's the
no,
impasse.
where
Okay, so I'm trying to put this here, right? But it doesn't. And that's what I don't know if. But
Where did I go?
see how it's supposed to only have like a little, but it doesn't latch like that.
Oh no, brother. going on? Where's the other one? Oh, it's over here. Holy shit. What the hell is happening?
Sorry, folks, but
You, what did you do? I don't want to say you got the whole flip-flopping thing wrong.
but it's all wrong.
Well, I mean, like, oh, wait, hold on. Okay. So whatever... That's just not something that might just be missing that, honestly. But you're missing... These three need to be in there somewhere. But this can just go. Where did I go wrong? You gotta keep them busy. Keep them busy. Talk to them. Talk to them.
Kendrick Lamar, famous rapper.
Did he die?
No, dude, he dropped a surprise album yesterday, and it's pretty inspirational, actually. It's pretty awesome, actually, if you're into that sort of thing, which it is a pretty niche thing to be into, but a lot of inspirational rapping. Like, he wrote this one song from the perspective of...
Now, does he have drama with him?
Oh, yeah. Lots of drama. He actually slighted Lil Wayne, which famous rapper for a couple decades now, but like Lil Wayne and a lot of his fan base were upset that he didn't get awarded the Super Bowl this year to be the halftime performance because it's going to be in Louisiana, and you know there really isn't a bigger rapper in Louisiana than Lil Wayne, but Kendrick Lamar just so happened to have like the best year of a rapper this year, and like probably in quite some time, like as far as like just like how everybody was talking about it and everything that went on this year. But so he kind of addressed that, but he did this song from the perspective of Satan being expelled from heaven and having to live as like different musicians throughout time, and it was like a conversation between...
Oh, so he's saying that other musicians are just the devil?
Kind of, yeah.
That's kind of rude, don't you think?
Kind of, yeah. But, you know, just one way of looking at it. Because, like, I mean, the story of Satan, before he was the devil, you know, he was an angel in heaven and in charge of music direction in heaven. So, like, all music basically, in some way, kind of does derive from the devil.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so, like...
So all those people singing at church, that was Satan's doing.
Well, kind of. He was, like,
this.
yeah, he was the inventor of music. Now, granted, they're trying to use it for good, but, yeah, that's, So where does this monstrosity go, though?
Well, does it tell you? No,
it just goes right to back 7.
Well, then, you just set it aside.
All right.
It doesn't go anywhere yet.
Okay.
I would assume. Probably, like, right fucking, like, here. It seems to fit pretty well.
Yeah.
Maybe this way. Who knows? We'll find out on the next episode.
When,
We're not actually going to the next episode,
yeah.
folks.
Okay, what are some of your least favorite potato chips, or the shitty potato chips?
Well, I mean, those ones, what was it, the vinegar ones?
Oh, salt and vinegar?
That was pretty bad. I don't even think I was able to eat it, was I? I don't think so. I tried,
Yeah,
man.
no, you gave those back.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm giving you back a bag of chips, they must have been real shit.
Man, that's an acquired taste, though, as people say. Because, like, the first time I tried salt and vinegar potato chips, I didn't dig it either. But again, that was one of the few snacks that my mom could buy that she knew I wouldn't eat in a week. So after a while, you know, stealing them shits in the middle of the night, like, it kind of became a bit of a delicacy.
I mean, what else do you have that's bad? Oh, did you see the, I'm totally changing the topic on you, sorry. Did you see the thumbnail that I got for our superhero episode?
Last week? I think...
No, this week. It would have just dropped
Oh yeah, yesterday. Which no, it was just showing up as just a picture of us.
Oh.
So yeah.
They might have removed it. It might have been.
Oh, it was that
might
bad?
have to go.
Yeah.
It was definitely Batman giving Catwoman oral. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't see that. So yeah, they probably removed it.
Oh man, when I uploaded it, it didn't get flagged immediately. I'll have to
Yeah.
go see if it got flagged and like maybe censor it or something.
Because yeah, we pulled it up on the TV last night and listened to it, but yeah, no, I didn't see that.
Frick, dude. That's so sad. I was so happy I found that.
Man.
Oh man.
But yeah, speaking of Batman though, dude, like, because we were talking about heroes and villains, and like, I honestly feel like Batman is like one step away from being a villain.
What the? This does not work. Hold on a second here. Everybody freaking calm the fuck down.
And that's like his whole relationship with the Joker. Like the Joker feels like anybody, if they had one bad enough day, they could become a villain. You know what I mean? So this whole thing is just trying to get Batman to have that bad day and turn into a villain. But any instance where Batman gets superpowers, well, I won't say any instance, but in most instances, if Batman is granted superpowers, he does become a villain. Like there was this really cool series called Dark Knight Metal, where it was just basically a what if scenario, but like if Batman had like other powers of members of the Justice League. So like, what if Batman got the Green Lantern ring?
Oh,
so his parents get killed in the alleyway, and then the Green Lantern ring comes down and he's like, Bruce Wayne, you have, you know, a great willpower. You are the next Green Lantern. And the whole thing about a Green Lantern ring is like, it's hardwired to where no matter what you want to do, you can't use lethal force. Like, it won't allow you to kill someone. So, as a child, the very first thing Batman does is overpower the willpower of the Green Lantern ring and kills Joe Chill, the guy that shot his parents in the alleyway. Then he takes over the world, becomes evil supervillain. What if Batman had the powers of the Flash? In this universe, Batman captures the Flash, straps him to the Batmobile, and steals the Speed Force by doing like some kind of weird science project, becomes the Flash, takes over the world. What if Batman was Cyborg? Uses computers, takes over the world. What if Batman was Aquaman? In which that one was really cool because that was like Batman the Drowned, I think he was called. In which it was a female Batman, but of course she flooded the world and took over the world. Like, so that was the running theme of those comic book series is like, you know, just be thankful he is just a rich guy. Because any hint of superpowers and he would take over everything. But yeah, it was incredible, man. And then, you know, of course, the big one was what if Batman was the Joker? And it was like the Batman who laughs and he's like this big, scary, leather-clad. He was fucking incredible, though, man. That whole series was awesome as fuck.
What is going on over here? What the hell is going on over here? Chips I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what are the other flavors? What am I missing?
Yeah, we got barbecue, sour cream and onion, salt and vinegar. What about cracked black pepper? You ever had that on a kettle chip?
No. Why would I want pepper on a?
Yeah, and if
does pepper have any flavor, man? I swear to God, pepper is like the most useless seasoning ever.
Well,
like,
see,
what does it do?
You've been eating motherfucking canned table pepper.
I really haven't been trying.
You gotta get some cracked peppercorn medley black pepper. Because I used to think the same thing. Like, I would put pepper on stuff just because, you know, salt and pepper, that's what you do. But yeah, once you have cracked black pepper, you'll never go back.
Cracked.
Yeah, that's where like it comes like with the little pebbles, and you gotta like grind it. You know what I mean? You gotta like at the fancy restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to crack it before you get into your bag of chips?
Well, I mean, if you were wanting to, you know, be fancy about your black pepper.
I'm not really wanting to be fancy about my black pepper.
Yeah. It's pretty baller shit, man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
there's gotta be more chip flavors.
Not a big fan of the cracked black pepper though on potato chips. What about Hawaiian? You ever had the sweet barbecue Hawaiian?
Yeah,
flavor?
those ones are like okay.
Yeah.
I put those in the same rank as barbecue. It's just like,
Just
I'll eat
tolerable.
them, but
Yeah.
like, am I gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy you brought the Hawaiian over the standard? Like, no,
No.
I'm not gonna be like that.
Yeah, there's got one other.
Oh my gosh, are you ready for this shit?
I don't know.
Steering wheel.
Oh shit.
And it actually steers.
Now, okay.
Ba-na-na-na.
Here's the thing: are they gonna pull it together to where once you put the steering wheel on, are the tires gonna move? Now that'd be fucking nuts.
That would be sick as fuck. I'm gonna guess no, looking at the space they have here, but I think it's probably still possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Like,
But they're
what
using the
we've
same
seen.
mechanism for the front and the back wheels, so I'm thinking probably not.
Oh no.
Because unless they're stealing all four wheels, or they can squeeze it in there somehow. But I'll be happily surprised if they do it.
Do.
Man.
Yeah.
Classic.
All right. Well, I mean,
So just
on
go
the same
right here.
theme of junk food, what about candy, man? What's the go-to candy if you got like a night of gaming ahead of you?
Well, I've got my gummy bears.
Okay.
Right
Damn,
there.
you got a lot of gummy bears.
I do have a lot of gummy bears. Those are the dude. I gotta start buying Haribo again because I like the Great Value ones. They were fine, and then they just changed like the recipe or some shit, or they bought them from a different supplier or some crap. Now they taste like complete ass, and I got 2 bags of them.
Maybe
Damn
you
it.
just got a bad bag.
I hope so.
I mean, has that been happening, or is it just?
No, this was just one time.
Yeah.
I guess I can open the other one and see.
Yeah, maybe you just got a bad bag, man.
Let's see.
Or like maybe they're really close to the end date. You know?
I mean, it does look different. So maybe
Yeah.
it was just one bad bag.
Yeah, maybe they got like a little bit too close to the sun. You know, something like they cooked them shits or something.
Yeah, for like gaming, I usually just do.
Now, I like the flavor of gummy bears, but I find them to be a bit too tough in most instances. You know, where it just ends up hurting your teeth.
Yeah.
You got a bad bag?
It might have been. I don't know. I usually leave them, let it be open a little bit, just nail them out a little bit. I like them real tough.
Yeah, no, that hurts, man.
Yeah. I like my gummy bears. How I like my.
You're chewing a fucking medium rare steak or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's tough stuff.
Yeah, I got those. That's usually the only real candy I have. I mean, every other candy that I've found is just too expensive to be worth, like, buying. I mean, obviously, like, most chocolates are, like, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Gonna be up there, for sure.
Oh, yeah, Reese's is the shit.
Yeah, those ones are a classic. Not really any chocolate candy is, like, I'm never really gonna say no to. But, like, best, like, regardless of price, I probably haven't even had the best one regardless of price. I just would never buy it. I mean, the Lindt, like, the little, like, Lindt chocolate balls.
Lindt?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lindor chocolate balls?
Yeah.
Where they got, like, the pudding in the middle
Yeah.
of them? Those
Yeah.
are fucking...
Yeah.
That's baller fucking candy right
Yeah,
there.
that's up there.
Hell yeah,
For
it is.
sure. But, like, non-chocolate, what about non-chocolate? I don't know, man. What did I like growing up? Oh, like Halloween. What was I like? Oh, man.
We've been
Super
on a
excited
Butterfinger kick for like 2 or 3 months now. Like,
Bro.
we've been keeping them shits on deck.
Oh, I love Butterfingers, man.
Yeah,
I
that
wish they
shit's
weren't
go
so
hard.
damn expensive. Holy crud. Those things are crazy good.
Now, have you ever had a Chico stick? That's probably before your time.
I have not. Where is that? It's like the pokey stick? I haven't had one of those either.
No, it's not like Pocky. But a Chico stick is basically a Butterfinger without the chocolate. So it's
no.
just the butter. It's just the peanut butter
No.
crunchy part in the middle. No, they're fucking fire.
No,
man.
I think I'm gonna have to pass on that one, dude.
But they're usually like this fucking big though. So you got this big ass dense hunk of just.
I just want to say, why can't we go back to the good old days when a candy bar was like 5 cents, man?
Oh shit, that would be nice.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I know it was like.
Well, but that's when you talk about like inflation and shit like that. That's my question. Like, why don't they just make shit cheaper?
Why don't they just make shit cheaper?
Then everybody could.
Oh man, why didn't I think of that?
Well, obviously, I mean, yeah, there's probably a really good explanation as to why they don't. But that's always been my questioning. Like, just
who would make it cheaper in your mind? Who has the control to just make it cheaper?
I don't know. Who has the control to set the prices of things?
The CEOs of the corporations who are trying to turn a profit.
Well, okay.
You think they're just gonna suddenly grow a heart and just be like, yeah, let's just give this stuff away and make minimal profit?
Give it away, but don't you think if you sold it for cheaper, more people would buy more of it?
That's what you might think, but I mean, when it comes to something like food, that's not the case.
No?
People aren't. I mean, not by a as large of a margin as you might think. Because people just bought more food, then they're just gonna get fatter, and then they're unhealthy.
Well, isn't that what they want ultimately?
Unhealthy people? No, I don't think people are advocating for unhealthy people.
I thought that was the whole goal, because if you were, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, I don't think people want to be, because if they're unhealthy, they die and then they stop buying your product. So.
Well, fair.
That's not happening. But the main thing that probably is driving prices up is that people just want more money. I mean, you look at the costs of some sort of company like that makes food or makes really anything. I mean, most likely your highest expense is going to be wages, right?
Yeah.
Like what it costs to buy the potatoes and what it costs to buy the salt, like at the level that you're buying it at and from the people you're buying it from. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be minuscule. But you got to pay for someone to put the salt on the chip, or you got to pay for someone to build the machine that puts the salt on the chip, or whatever it may be. And those wages are really just what kills it. And people just want more freaking money because they're greedy bastards. And in order for the company to give them more money, they have to charge more for the product.
I mean, they could just hire immigrants.
I think that's what people don't want to have happen, actually. I think that's what, the whole last, 9 months were all about.
But dude, okay, and that's a whole nother thing.
Because then people are still going to be mad because then they don't have a job and they don't have money.
It's not like these motherfuckers are coming over here and stealing jobs as executives, or even stealing jobs in our field, and it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to do what we do. They're not even taking our jobs, man. They're only taking the jobs that nobody wants to fucking do.
You put someone in that position that gets paid more, all of a sudden your products are going to cost more. That's what people want. They want to know that their products that they're paying extra money for, or at least the money they're paying for that, is going to a good cause,
I don't know. It just feels dumb.
Back to their community.
This feels like, if people would just realize what was going on,
Well, people are saying the same thing about you, If this guy on this stupid podcast would just realize what's going on, our society.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. If I had just gotten out there and voted.
Yeah, man. If only you had.
Yeah, I had a buddy, man, when we talked about my old days at the hospital, and which I really do miss working with him, though, because he had the greatest sense of humor. But he didn't speak to me for a week the first time Trump ran because he knew I didn't vote.
It's pretty funny.
In my mind, I'm like, dude, even if I had, he probably still would have won. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was fucking furious, man.
Unlucky. But I mean, that's just the thing. I think the thing is that there's just so many things that were luxuries before, in the past, that are just necessities now, right? Like, you look at a car, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, right, the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, I mean, not everyone had a car. People would freaking walk to work most of the time, or they would bike or whatever.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's the cheapest car you can get, $20,000.
Yeah.
Right? That's what? For a normal person, that's half your annual salary?
That is nuts to think about.
Right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, cars did not cost half your annual salary. Now, they've got so many gizmos and gadgets on them that they have to cost that much because, that's just how it is. And everybody needs a car. So everyone needs to work a job that pays them enough to get a car. And then if you have to pay your employees more, prices of goods go up. So really, it's just the fact that I think Americans just are just more greedy than they were before. You got to have the fancy car. You got to have internet. You got to have a fancy computer. You got to have, all this other crap.
So what it sounds like you're saying is that we need to become global terrorists and tear the system down.
No. I think you made a couple leaps in logic.
Just blow it all up, man. Start over, man.
I think you're missing the point, man.
Start making these fucking pipe bombs.
No pipe bombs. No pipe bombs. I think it's just that people just need to realize that, if you're going to want to get paid, a bunch of money, working your job that, is just checking people out at the register, if you want to get paid a livable, quote-unquote, livable wage at that job, then, basic goods are going to cost a lot.
So, do you feel like that's okay? Do you feel, or like, that's what I'm saying, do you feel like there needs to be a change?
I mean, I don't think there needs to be. I think it's relatively fine how it is. I don't think it's at the point where we need to be like, oh no, the world's going to end if we don't make a change. Like, I think it's good enough. I mean, it's not perfect, but what system's going to be?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just like, I think the main thing is cars, at least in my opinion. I'm sure there's other things out there that are doing the same thing. I mean, something like internet, too. Again, like people back in the day in the 60s, they didn't have internet. They were doing just fine. They would take the money they would have spent on internet and they spent it on other shit. But, like, I think everyone just, like, feels like they need a car in today's society. Like, It's like, people be like, you don't have a car? How do you live? How do you do anything? How do you go to the store? It's like, how did they do it before they had cars? In the 20s, man. Before cars were made. Like, they took a bike. They walked. They probably didn't have public transportation because, I guess they probably had trains back then. It's just like, it's totally doable to just go without a car. I feel like if people would just not get a car until they're like 30 or something, or like 25, I think it would be a lot more humble. And if they had options for cars that didn't have all these damn gizmos on them, dude, like, let me buy a car for $10,000, like, please.
Well, I mean, that's crazy you say that, because, like, my wife just said yesterday, she's like, I don't know that I could go back to driving a car that didn't have a rear-facing camera. But I think we are, like...
That's exactly the point, right? We're so greedy. We're at the point where we can't not live without it.
Yeah.
And that's why...
But, I mean, is that greed or just being a product of the times that we're living in? You know what I mean? Like... Because she wasn't saying it in the sense of, like, oh, this is so cool, like, we can't go back. It was more just like a safety thing, like, like, I don't see how I ever didn't smash into things before this was a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was from a, like, oh, I just could not be seen, in a car that didn't have a rear-facing camera. It's not like that,
Right, yeah. That's what you're saying, but... Oh, this is... I goofed up, brother. Is this fully backwards? It's fully backwards.
Oh, damn, you did pull a Darius.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. Where did I go wrong?
But, yeah, man, so...
I feel like it's just generally stuff like that. Like, people are just spending more money now than they were a long time ago. I think that's just what's causing things to cost so much, because people then want to get paid more to buy all those things that they feel like they need.
Yeah.
And then wages are higher, and the next thing you know, you're having to pay someone who's just running a register, $40,000.
In which I totally agree. There are things that we have been spoiled by, but I could not function without internet. I don't think.
I mean, me neither, right? Like, I'm not saying we should go back before internet, but, like, I feel like people need to realize that if you're not going to college and not, getting, like, a huge paying job, you don't get to have all the luxuries. You got to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
Give up the car, give up internet, give up something else. I don't know. Whatever it might be, you're going to have to sacrifice something. You can't have it all and be working minimum wage.
But somewhere along the lines, like, things flipped. Because, like, back, in the Great Depression, Dust Bowl eras, the children would grow up to be more successful than the parents, because, they're either working to get their parents out of that poverty or working to not have to go through that. But, like, anymore, like, I'm nowhere near as well off as my parents, and I don't think that. In which I'm sure we'll get there one day, but you know what I mean. In a lot of instances now, like the children are doing worse than the parents as far as like finances go. And like you said, like you gotta do without, but like if you've grown up being spoiled by all those things, where do you cut those corners? Like where is the line?
Well, I feel like in the past the corners were able to be cut with like better stuff. Like people were innovating on the car, and they found a way. The way they made it better and cheaper. So that way you could have the better car because they also found a way to make it cheaper. But now it's like all the innovation that we're doing. It's not cheaper.
Yeah, it's just making
it more expensive. So maybe we're like hitting a limit. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the problem. But look at like making like, like factories, right? Like factories ended up making things cheaper because people didn't have to sit there and take so long to make the good. They can make it a lot faster, mass produce it. The entry cost was really high because you had to build the machines to make the factory. Then once you had it going for a while, you can make the goods a lot cheaper. And then people didn't have to work in the freaking horrible factories anymore. But now it's like, if we just get rid of all the employees working on stuff like that, where do they go now?
Yeah.
What do they do?
Probably turning tricks
did I miss
on the street.
At? I missed these parts somewhere. I do not know where they go. Anyway, what we got next?
Okay, you touched on the Thanksgiving WebEx.
Where are these?
And oral,
Bibbidi-babbidi-bibbidi-bap.
Okay, is there any price that you could be paid to set someone up to be killed? And if so, what is that price?
I'm setting them up to be killed?
To be murdered. Like, like, okay, it's like, dude, I really fucking hate this dude. I will give you 30 grand if you just tell me when he shows up at this place so I can come to kill him.
Oh, it all makes sense now. I don't feel like I hate someone enough to do that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't be anybody that you even, like, necessarily knew. But it was just like somebody was like, dude, I really fucking hate this guy. If you tell me when he shows up at this location, I will give you 30 grand. But just know, when you tell me, I'm going to kill him.
Okay, so someone's like telling me that if I give them information to get someone killed, they'll pay me money for it?
Exactly.
I don't know, man. I feel like I would just rather hope to never be in that situation.
Yeah.
This is going to be a struggle train out here. Let me just...
Well, the reason I even thought to ask that, I was listening to this news story about this rapper that was killed at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in California. This guy called PNB Rock, which I really like a lot of his music. He had some really cool songs. But basically...
Why is there always rappers getting killed? Like, what are they...
Well, especially in LA, a lot of those guys walk around with a lot of expensive jewelry on. And, if you take the jewelry from them, you can sell it to someone for,
how much?
Couple grand. Well,
couple grand.
Well, I mean, because you're thinking about...
You're taking a life for a couple of grand.
Well, you think about it, you're reselling something that's clearly stolen. So that drops the value down. And then, because they know you don't have a lot of options to shop it around, so, you got to work with what you are able to work with in that instance. But,
how messed up do you got to be to kill someone for a couple of grand?
Well, I mean, if you're hard up, man, you got drug habits, you got no job, see a guy that's just sitting there with $500,000 worth of jewelry on in a very shitty, side of town.
$500,000?
Yeah, they said he was wearing about $500,000 worth of jewelry.
Okay, well, that's his own damn fault.
But,
But you only get a couple grand for it, though?
Well, because, I mean, okay, you think about something like that. Like, if it's 3 or 4 people involved, so you got to split whatever you took from him divided by 3 or 4. And again, you're selling it to someone that knows you don't have a lot of options as to other places you can take it to sell it because they know it's stolen. You know, yeah, I mean, like, granted, yeah, if they got, like... Because I think they didn't get all of the jewelry that he had on. I think they got, like, a watch that was worth, like, 50 grand divided by 4, divided by, you know, whatever the person that's taking the stolen property from you that's willing to take for that, you know, like... You're not really talking about a lot of money.
Should we put them in? Should we put them in their chairs?
Oh, yeah. Strap them in.
They're too small. The car is not to Lego scale.
Oh, that's not cool. They can't fit?
I mean, they sit there, but, like, you know.
Oh, they're too small. I didn't register. Yeah, they could be, like, probably twice as big.
Yeah, they're little children. You probably can't see this, folks, but we got them in the half-built car here. It's really coming along. We're getting there. I think we're coming upon the end here. I'm going to be doing the doors, the trunk, and the hood. Looks like I said I got the basic frame here.
Hey, how does this connect?
This thing is so fucking...
I don't want to break all
Holy
of this.
shit.
They want me to put this on this somehow. And I don't know what they want.
Let's see. So you've got this made. This is right here. This is like this.
Yeah.
And then they're saying that they want to... Oh, there you go, right? Just like that.
I was afraid to break it.
It's got to be professional.
Force the issue sometimes, huh?
Nope.
Alright.
I don't really feel like there is an amount that I could do, unless, like, I maybe, like, also really hated the person.
So, okay, so if
like, if I knew they were a bad person or something. Like, if they told me, hey, this guy's a murderer, he's killed people, I have proof, the cops won't listen to me, you know, and I'll pay you $100,000, you know, to just, like, tell me when you see him. Like, I mean, yeah, I think if the person was a bad person.
Okay.
And, like, I was shown proof that they had committed crimes that were atrocities, you know, murder or rape or, you know, something pretty bad.
Yeah.
Then I think I could probably do it for, like, I'd say like $100,000 or something. But they'd have to be a bad person. If it was a normal guy or they didn't show me any proof that they had done anything bad, then I'm like, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
So they would have to be someone bad. But you think you could live with knowing that they're dead because of you?
Yeah, if they're a bad person.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. One less scumbag. You want to be able to?
It'd be hard knowing that somebody was dead because of me. But, like, yeah, when you start talking about, you know, 40 and 50 grand, you know, a year's salary just
to make a phone call.
Right? Yeah, like it would be tough. It would be really tough. I feel like, just because you know, I hope there's an afterlife. You know what I mean? And I think that would kind of ruin your chances of going up. You know, if you
think so?
If you were willing to trade somebody's life.
The person that you helped kill went down to the bottom though?
Well, I mean, okay, because when you get into... Okay, so we're talking there really is an afterlife now. That means that some form of, you know, Bible talk is real in the sense that, like, most people's interpretation of God is that, like, he's the one that judges, you know, who deserves to live and die in that sense. So if you make that decision, you're kind of, like, overstepping, and...
You don't think he'd, like, appreciate you?
I mean, it's
you
weird.
did what I could not, you know?
Well, and see, that's the thing, like, a lot of people do say, you know, God works through us, so, like, yeah, who's to say that's not, like, he didn't want the guy dead, you know, like, maybe that was him setting up, you know, that guy, but see, you know, that's the question, though, is it? You know, are you doing the Lord's work, or are you just doing what you think the Lord should be doing? And then in that sense, it's like...
Is there a difference?
Well, I mean, if that's not what he wants, then yeah, you know, you misinterpreted it, and You know, that's the question. And that's what would keep me up at night is like, you know, like, am I going to have to answer for this when it's all said and done?
Yeah, well, maybe that's what being non-religious helps with. You don't have to worry about answering for any of your actions.
But see, and the alternative to that is just horrifying for me, man. Like, I need religion to be true.
What? Like, what's the alternative? Like, just
dying and not existing?
what's so bad about that?
That's horrifying, man. Like, you don't think about
that?
like, okay, so you don't think about all of the history that's gone by before you were alive, like just hundreds and thousands of years of people living and dying and all of this going on and having happened, and like you were just nothing.
I mean, one was called nothing. If you made a difference, I'm
talking about before you existed. That's what I'm saying. Like all of that time that went by before we existed. You know, Romans, Egyptians, Spartans, cavemen, dinosaurs, like all of this shit just happening, and you're just like either in the ether somewhere or just not anything yet. Like that's, I can't.
Do you think you were around during the dinosaurs?
No, I don't, and that's what's terrifying. You know, like just all of that time, or like, you know, time going on without you and just not existing and just like nothingness. You know, the whole thought of just not being anything anywhere is horrifying.
Nah, I don't know.
Oh man, it used to keep me up at night as a kid. That's when I really like fell in love with doing drugs. Is when
I realized there was just no point.
No, like it helped me like turn those thoughts off. Like I could mute all of that. You know, like I finally was like, oh shit, I don't have to be scared every second of every day. Like this is kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not to say that you should do drugs, kids, because you totally shouldn't. There's terrible ramifications. We talked about last episode. There's no free lunch, and just because you do get numb and get to forget, you lose out on a lot of other shit. So, yeah, I'm not saying that you should do drugs by any means.
Drugs are bad.
Very much so. Yes, they are. But, yeah, that was the appeal.
I mean, I just feel like no matter what happens after you die, it doesn't change anything, right? Like, why would you live your life any differently if when you die, you go to a heaven or a hell, or if nothing happens at all, or you get reincarnated as a cow? You know, like, why are you living your life any differently? Well, you should still just be a good person and just do the right thing.
No, you definitely should. But, like, I feel like if there was no fear of any ramifications for what you did, like, I feel like a lot of people would just be shitty people. You know, if there was no drawbacks, or like, I don't have to answer for
I feel like the drawback is, like, you feel like a shitty person when you're a shitty person, though.
No.
Like, you do something bad, you have that guilt, and you're like, oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. Feel bad for doing that.
Normal people. Or not normal people, but, yeah, good people, decent people, yeah, but, like, everybody's not like that, man.
What's going on here? What do they want from me?
Everybody's not like that.
Well, you don't get control as other people, whether you believe in an afterlife or not. So, again, at the end of the day, what does it matter? What difference does it make whether you go to heaven or hell, or, you know, there's nothingness? Like, that's my thing. It's just, it doesn't seem like it doesn't matter, right? It's like no matter how I live my life, I don't make any action differently based on what happens after I die. Like, your argument there was like, oh, well, someone else might do something different. It's like, okay, they can live their life differently than me, that's fine. I'm not going to change any of my actions, though.
Nah, man, there's definitely points where, like, you have the ability to help someone, but it might not be so convenient for you, but you do it because that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, you think people are only doing that because, oh, I'll go to heaven when I die?
Well, yeah, it's like, okay, be a decent person.
See, that's just if you're only doing something good for someone because you're gonna go to heaven afterward, fuck you. All right?
Well,
I'm going to say it right up.
No, what's the alternative, though? Because it not like, okay, yeah, you're doing that because you want to go to heaven. That makes you selfish. But, like, okay, if you don't go to heaven, then you go somewhere and burn for eternity? Who wants to do that?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be the only reason. You should just be doing it because you want to... Is making that person happy, doing a good thing for that person also makes you happy.
Well, yeah, if you're a normal person. But not everybody gets joy from, like, being a decent person. There's, like, some real scumbags out there, man. You know?
Well, I don't know, man. I just feel like you should just be a good person always.
But then, too, like, okay, instances where you should be the bigger person, you know? And, like, not hold grudges and stuff.
Is this, like, am I backwards? What the fuck is going on here? I mean, that looks right. Okay, that's probably right.
Because there are a lot of instances where, like, you know, like, if I didn't think that I would die and go to hell, you know, there's probably a lot of people that I wouldn't have forgiven, you know what I mean, and held grudges for longer than I did. But, you know, who wants to die and go to hell?
A lot of people, I'm sure.
Well, not this people. Not this muchacho.
I don't know. Just feel like making the world a better place is the only thing that you can be sure you're contributing, you know?
Yeah. And which I definitely try to do that and be a decent person, you know? But it's hard sometimes.
But you wouldn't forgive someone.
No, forgiveness is hard for me, man. Like, especially, like, once you, like, really cross me, you know?
Is this just, like, not gonna line up right now?
That's always been a hard sell for me. Turning the old other cheek. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I'm, like, very quick to forgive.
Yeah?
Yep.
I don't know. I wish I had that trait. But yeah, no, man. Like, if someone hurts...
I mean, what's the alternative? You know, like, you just push this person out of your life?
I don't know, you wait
like,
for...
would you rather have them in your life or out of your life?
You wait for the apocalypse and then you murder them. When there's no law anymore.
I don't know about that one. I mean, what did this person do? How poorly did they wrong you, you know?
I mean, you know...
Must have really fricked you up.
You know, you try to stand in the way of a man's dreams, and you know.
Is this your villain arc?
I mean, I think I've already been through it. Honestly, I think I'm on the other side of it now. But yeah, I definitely had one.
Nah, I'm pretty much just like, you know, water under the bridge. Like, if you want to make amends, like usually, like if someone wrongs me and like we break off. And, you know, go our separate ways. If they come back and they're like, yo, sorry, what I did was kind of wrong. I'm like, you know, I'm just like, all right, we're good now, you know? Like,
yeah,
that's all I need.
I wish I could be, yeah, no, dude, if
I'm not usually the one to do the apologizing, though, in the first place.
No, but yeah, if I say fuck you, it's generally fuck you forever. Until death.
Yes. No, I mean, it's just like, you know, somebody... Because if someone comes to you and apologizes to you, you know, they're admitting what they did was wrong, they recognize that it was wrong, and they want to go back to how things were. It's like, who are you to deny them with that?
Very petty individual.
I suppose.
Yeah, King Petty, man.
King Petty.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like a... Can you write a comic book about it? King Petty is the supervillain. Who's the superhero that fights King Petty?
I don't know, like Captain Forgiveness.
Captain.
Fucking.
You have to forgive, Mr. Petty. You have to forgive. No, I will never. They took my lunch in 3rd grade. How can I forgive them for that atrocity? It's okay, King. You can let go. Pulls the trigger.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know, just like think about like how you would feel in that situation. You know, like if you went up to someone you apologized for what you did. Said I'm sorry, and then the person's just like, nah, still fuck you. And that just feel pretty bad. Just be like, man.
I mean, it would.
Well, I
but
thought
like,
I could have made amends.
I would understand. You know.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably understand after like a little bit, but it just
like,
feels.
Okay, yeah, I did. You know. Trying to stand in the way of what you worked half your life to accomplish. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'd understand after a point, but it's just like, you're trying to be the bigger person and, apologize and make that move to mend the relationship, and then you're just being shot down. Like,
I think
unlucky.
It would, force me to think about what I really did to that person, and if I didn't agree, then it's like, okay, well, then you can choose to still be mad about this, but I'm not gonna anymore, I think ultimately that's probably how a lot of people carried it that I was holding grudges against, you know what I mean? Because, like, what can you do, You apologize to someone and they're still like, no, fuck you, then...
Yeah, you just you're just like, well, give it my best shot.
Yeah. In which, that's what ultimately helped me let that stuff go, because it's like, there's no way they're still thinking about this, No way they're still mad. So, yeah, who am I really hurting,
Yep.
That was my thing.
Just your smelf.
Yeah.
You only have your smelf to blame, as they say.
Is this?
Probably. I think you got the wrong one. So they're like mirrors. So like you see these two?
Yeah.
These are two different pieces. So I think you wanted this one.
Oh! Okay, so it was, I didn't have the right one.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they're kind of goofy like that. They're like, if you hold them up to a mirror, they make each other. It's like a love story.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let's see. What are we twerking with here? You coulda had it all. Bro, I'm making the roof. It's getting crazy up in here.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. You ever seen a roof before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, never fucking mind then. Shit.
I've seen a few here and there.
My apologies. I didn't realize you were so roofly. Oh, whoa. Check it out, dude.
Oh, shit. Yeah, those are the doors, yeah.
Those are the door hinges. We got door hinges up in here, folks.
Nice.
Is that gap just going to be there? Are they just going to leave that gap? I think they are, unfortunately. That is a pretty big gap.
Why are they doing this to me?
I mean, it feels pretty smooth, but it is a pretty big gap.
How did we end up here?
Man, this is wicked, dude. Anyways, what are you doing? What's going on?
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know.
He doesn't even know.
That's the mirror.
I don't really know either. What's next? What do we got next on the...
Where are we? If I could fucking...
Whoa.
Okay. Would you... Is that what I'm saying? Okay, at what age or
Oh.
point does fucking your mom... Okay, at what age or what point does fucking your mom become your fault and not hers? That's a really good question, man.
Right, just for all the people watching at home, okay? So let's say you're an 18-year-old, okay, and you have a 38-year-old mother, okay, and you guys perform intercourse.
Oh, man.
It is generally assumed that the mother is the weirder one or the one in the wrong or being the creepo,
Yeah.
okay? But then if you're 60 years old and you fuck your 80-year-old mother...
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, you're definitely...
At that point, you're the weirder one.
Yeah.
Right? The child is now the weird, strange, or the one at fault there. So at what age does it flip? Or is it like kind of like there's an age range where it's like both of them are the weirder ones?
Yeah, I don't think it ever is not the mom's fault.
Really? So you think at the 60 and 80 range, it's still the 80-year-old mother is the weird one?
Well, because this is a situation that she created. You know, you reap what you sow. So I would still say the 80-year-old lady, while she may not still be, like, in her right mind anymore, she's still definitely at fault because, like I said, that's, the situation she created. But, goddamn.
That's pretty fricked up, man.
Yeah, that's it. What made you even think of that?
I was talking with Jennifer about something. I don't know how we got there, but yeah.
No, yeah, man. I'd say they're still both at fault, but, like, that reminds me of
of course, that's that classic situation that reminds you, there's so many different things.
Well, no, listen. Okay. So there's this hip-hop commentator. His name, and oh my god, there's no way to tell this story and not sound awful, but, like, it's kind of in the same vein of when I was talking about your mom's house last time, and about, like, Garth Brooks' Instagram, and you're like, that's kind of cyberbullying. So, like, this is another instance of cyberbullying. But there's this hip-hop commentator, his name's Hassan Campbell, and he became known because as a teenager, he was molested by this famous hip-hop legend, Africa Bambaataa. Like, this guy, he goes back to, like, late 70s, early 80s. Like, he's a hip-hop pioneer. Like, he was one of the first. He was real popular in New York. But apparently, he got into molesting young boys. But, like, when Hassan Campbell would talk about when Africa Bambaataa would assault him, he was talking about it as, like, he was, like, 16, 17. And a lot of people that don't like Hassan Campbell, when they cyberbully him, they'll say, like, no, dude, you weren't getting molested. You were in a relationship. Like, you were old enough to know better. You know what I mean? So, like, it's that same question of, like, when do you get to the point where you should, like, but if you're raised thinking that that's normal, like, when does it click? Like, you start talking to other friends about it, and they're like, dude, no, you're not supposed to be fucking your mom. Like, but then, like, you've already been fucking your mom. So, like...
But what if you haven't been fucking your mom? What if you're just 60 and she's 80, and then, like, there wasn't any sexual tension before then?
Oh, well, then, no, yeah. Like, no, if you weren't molested and you're just a 60-year-old man and you decide to fuck your mom, yeah, no, you're fucked up at that
Exactly,
point.
Right? So,
well, yeah.
Where does the line cross? Where does it change?
Well, no, okay, so if you're 18 and decide to fuck your mom, and that's the first, like, if you initiate fucking your mom as an adult, that's on you. Like, at any point. Like, I would even say, like, 16. If you're, like, fucking putting the moves on your mom, you know what I mean? Like, trying to lay the mac down on your mom, like, that's on you, man. I was thinking you were talking about, like, a kid that's been, like, molested their entire life, and just kept it going as they got older. Well, that's pretty badass. Traveling through time.
You gotta push it, realize the most satisfying button.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
That's a good button.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that is nice.
That's a good button.
I want to kill
there.
that battery, though, man.
That's a good button, right? Folks, you can't feel the button. Just know, this is one of the greatest buttons.
It's kind of like if you're at the front desk of a hotel and you get to hit the bell, but better.
Yeah. There's no ding.
Yeah.
And it, like,
it's
comes...
firmer, though.
Yeah, it's firmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good button right there. Good job, Lego.
That is nice.
That was worth the $200. What do we got here?
But yeah.
So you think it's just always the kid's fault?
If, like I said, if, like, you get past, like, 15, 16, and you haven't been molested your entire life, then yes, that's on you. Like, you're fucking... But then, too, though, like, okay...
Do you think it's maybe just the initiators is the weird one?
Well, no, like, okay, if the mom goes along with it, they're at fault, too.
I mean, they're both at fault, but which one's more at fault, or more weird?
Well, okay, but see, then, okay, you're a 40-year-old mom, and your 15-year-old puts the moves on you. No, yeah, the mom should still shut that down.
Exactly, right? The mom should shut it down, right?
She should shut it down, but you're still fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, they're both fucked up. Right?
Yeah.
We've established this.
They're both... But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no, like, oh, it's just a kid. Like, no, dude, like, you're 15, 16. You should know better, especially if nobody's been molesting you. Like, I mean, one thing if you just grew up thinking that was the norm, but... That's crazy. That's a wobbler.
That's a wobbler, as they say.
Yeah, as the kids are saying.
As the kids are, do be saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need to be asking ourselves. I think that should be on all philosophy tests at every college.
Just to see who
I
you're
need to
with.
see a 3,000 word dissertation or something on
Doing your mom.
on.
You ever heard that song?
Oh, do I want to?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much the best part. Is just that guy who comes, doing your mom, doing your mom. You know we're straight doing your mom.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things that we got to be thinking about, though, as a society. Those are the hard-hitting philosophy questions that we need to answer.
But yeah, I'm gonna lean towards don't.
Well, yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't think obviously we're not advocating for doing your mom.
Yeah, no.
Don't be doing that, folks. But if you do it when you're younger, because she'll be the weirder one.
She'll be the more. Nah, dude. There is no. Yeah.
It's just you're just saying they're equally weird.
Yeah.
All around, no matter
Yeah,
what.
because especially. Yeah, like why do you what? I don't even have words, man. Like,
It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
It's not right. It's not okay.
Do you think like whoever asks first is the weird one, or do you think saying yes to the ask is weirder?
Well, okay. And again, this is going to be difficult for you to relate with because you're not driven.
I'm not a classic motherfucker.
No. You've never made poor decisions because of what's going on in your underwear. Like,
right,
you've never been controlled by the thirst.
Because I participated in November.
Well, not even just that, but like, yeah, I mean, you've pretty much, said that you're an asexual guy.
Right.
So.
Because I participated in November. Hey, let's move on.
Well, but what I'm saying is like, you've never, like I said, made a poor decision because of what's going on in your pants. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like. Granted, I've never been horny enough to where, like, okay, fuck, even my mom could get it. But, like, there have been times where I've woken up to, poor decisions. It's like, I probably wouldn't have done this, if cooler heads were to prevail. So, like, granted, like I said, I've never been, that horny. And I thank God, I've never been that horny to where like, oh man, I'd even do my mom. I'm so horny. But I imagine there's some people out there like, there's, levels and scales and degrees to everything. So like, I could see like, like just being, I can't say I could see, but like it would make sense if somebody was like, okay, yeah, dude, I just, I was just too fucking horny. Like, I don't find my mom hot. I was just really horny that time. But then even still, like, why would the mom give in to it, though, Like,
exactly.
Like, clearly someone in that scenario had thought about that before just, the heat of passion took over. So in that sense, yeah, dude.
What if the mom had just been, like, single? Like, she just lost her husband or her boyfriend or something. It's been, like, a month since then. She hasn't found a new person. I don't know. How long does it go before women feel sexually frustrated?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a whole nother... I don't know, man. Fucking...
Let us know in the comments below, ladies. How long does it take for you to be sexually frustrated?
I think that's a different answer per lady, though, too. Because, like, every woman's not, like, slutty. So, you ask a slutty chick, it might be a little bit different than a not-so-slutty chick, That's a tough question.
Well, we'll ask all you chicks. Let us know in the comments below. Publicly display how long it takes. So everyone can know.
Before you'd think about doing your own son.
Yeah. Yeah, how long would you have to go without sex before you're considering your own son?
Yeah.
He is of age, for the record. He would be of age in this hypothetical scenario.
Yeah, I don't think any mom would be okay with that ever. Like any, normal
any
mom.
Reasonable mom.
Yeah, that would like answer that question publicly. I don't think.
We're not asking the reasonable moms.
Yeah.
We're asking the unreasonable moms.
Holy shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a good question though. But yeah, that's a doozy, man.
Yeah, that was a you can thank Jennifer for that one. That was probably all her. She'll have to remind me when how that came up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be clarification of some kind on that. Oh shit.
Good question.
I miss working with y'all, man. I can't lie.
Dude, you've only been working away from us for like a week.
It's been a long week.
You were sick.
It's been 2 weeks in my defense. So yeah, like I was sick for an entire week.
For an entire one of them.
Yeah. But I mean, that was still an entire week I wasn't working with you guys, and I miss it.
Okay, where do you think these are going to go?
Is that not okay to say?
Shit.
Is that not fair?
No, it's not fair.
Can't miss you guys.
Frick you. I mean, you can just web access, man. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah, but then that's notifications.
I mean, that's how you had to do it before anyway, because you worked from home.
Yeah, but then I got my own notifications to deal with now, too, though. You know?
People are messaging you? As a leader? The hell?
Oh, no, not yet. Oh, my God. It's coming, though, but no, not yet. But, I mean, other leaders, you know, and, you know, then there are messages for all of the leaders, just like, you know, people reporting their production and, you know, all that bullshit. But yeah, no, the questions are coming.
The questions are coming. The questions are coming.
And I'm terrified.
There we go. We got it. And now, the final tube. Well, folks, I think that's probably going to get us close to time here.
Yeah.
As I did 2 bags, and that's usually...
Yeah, a good indicator.
That's usually a good indicator. We're at an hour. Damn, that is kind of sick.
Fuckity fuck.
Oh, you almost done with your bag? Damn,
Yeah.
That was a fast bag, brother.
Yeah, I just lost a piece, though. Thankfully,
Where did it go?
It was one of these. But,
you have an extra?
No, this is extra, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, that's why they give you extras, so that if you lose it. What is going on here? Did you do this?
Yeah, that's what... It's these.
It wants that? Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't do it. I did it too low. So I gotta take all these off of here.
Okay. Well, hey. Let's go double check time. Make sure we actually are good to go. Shit. Oh my gosh! Well, we should have checked it a little while ago.
Oh, we went over?
Just a little bit, just like a half hour over.
God damn.
Also, that was when we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Well, again, folks, we always want to thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Join us on this button pressing adventure. Can they hear that? You think?
Probably. You can do a little close.
It's a good button. This DeLorean is like 3 bags away. We got 9, 10, and 11. Oh, we got a 12 over here. Oh no, this is 2 11s actually.
Yeah.
So we've only got 9, 10, and 11 on the DeLorean, and quite frankly, the 9 and 10 look very small. They don't look all that big. So, I mean, next episode it might be about done. But as always, Doug jump off bet.
Philosophy.
Why you guys gotta say it like that?
I don't know, man.
Weird.